Major Mohammed Ali Shah, defense expert, also joins us on the show. Ali, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, Preet, loud and clear, stand 5.
Ali, the opposition taking a keen interest in, Manipur, and obviously it is but obvious that, they do not want these problems to resurface. The fact of the matter is, Manipur like the back of your hand. You've served there with the Assam Rifles. In your opinion, what do you think is the resolution? The Home Minister has also come up with a peace committee which has been doing its job, but, communities at large are still unhappy with the way this process has been looked about.
Yes, Preet, that's a very, very good question brought out by you, Preet. Preet, the fact is the centre is very concerned. They are genuinely concerned. The Home Minister had gone there and he had spent some time over there and he had tried to resolve issues. But there is a lot of trust deficit over there between the Kuki tribe and the Meitei community. Even including within the Meitei community, for example, Tonson Hansing, the 7-year-old little boy who was killed a few days back. In fact, I spoke to his father immediately after that had happened and I had conveyed my condolence to him. He was a Meitei Christian. His father was Kuki, all right. Mother was Meitei Christian. She was accompanied by a friend, Lydia, who also was a Meitei Christian. But the Myra Pebais, the Meitei ladies who do a lot of good work, a lot of social work, they had led a mob where they had killed. So when you can imagine, they were not spared. So you can imagine the amount of trust deficit that must be having. Now, when Manipur became a state, the initial chief minister was a Paite. The very fact is, he was rather a Pangal, sorry. Pangals are descendants who had come from Bangladesh. They are the Meitei Muslims. So if they could have accepted a Muslim chief minister, Ali Muddin at that time, 1972, I'm certain if one puts in their heart and soul, things can be resolved. The very fact is, now the army has not been called in as yet. If the army wants to do it, if the army is called in, 100% beneath, it would be solved within no time. The Assam Rifle is doing a great job. Now, when there's a trust deficit and when there is a 51-member panel of peace committee which is formed, but if you see the peace committee which was formed beneath, 25 are Meiteis from the Meitei community. They are about 10, 11 from the Kuki tribe. They are 10 from the Naga tribe and the rest. And I strongly recommend there should be no politician in this peace panel firstly, irrespective of which party it is. And the chief minister, with all due respect to him, Mr. Singh, he's leading the party, the peace panel. He should not be part of this panel. That is my suggestion. Not because I'm casting any aspersion on him or he's not done anything credible. No, but because there's a trust deficit and the Kuki tribe also had represented, they had protested that they wanted president rule in the state because they have lost faith in there's a lot of insecurity. One does not know what could happen. There could be a sudden uneasy calm, and once again there is fresh violence reported in the state. Just yesterday, there were some people dressed in Rapid Action Force uniform. We don't know who they were, what they were. We don't know the identity, but they had got some vandalization done, and they have broken cars and such things. And my friend from Manipur called me up and they said, "See what your forces are doing." Now, when an incident like that happens, anyone can dress in combat fatigues. Who gets a bad name? It's the forces who are actually genuinely doing a good job over there, selflessly, without caring about the soldiers' human rights. They are doing their good job, but the forces get a bad name. Now, I think the peace committee should be totally neutral. It should not comprise of people who are new. There are ample of people, like they are former general officer commanding, who have commanded sectors. They are of Assam Rifles, who have commanded divisions, who have commanded the corps. In fact, this is the core of the Northeast with the tie that I'm wearing. So there have been a lot of people. There have been former chief secretaries from the northern belt of India, who are neither Kukis nor Meiteis. They are former governors. They are former chairman ceasefire monitoring group. There are so many people over there who know the Northeast back of their hand. They should be part of this peace panel, who would not take sides. Now, because there is trust deficit, of course. So now the whole agenda, whole purpose is to now, first priority should be bring peace in Manipur, irrespective of what, and an eye for an eye will make the nation go blind, as it was said by my father of the nation, Mr. Mahatma Gandhi as well. And here the eye for an eye will make everyone go blind. So most certainly, Leo Tolstoy had said in the book, The War and Peace, being peaceful is better than being right. Both the communities have suffered very, very badly. be it the Kuki tribe, be it the Maite community, both have been victimized. It's not just one of them have been victimized. Both have suffered equal losses. Both have seen close deaths in their families. Both of them had to fled from Manipur because they wanted peace. Now, when a peace panel like that is designed, the Home Ministry had approved it. It was recommended by the Chief Minister. They should have, on their own scene, they should have got very, very neutral people who would not take sides beneath. I really commend NewsX, especially you and all the anchors for taking up this issue to the height that you have taken it, because I think the Northeast deserves that kind of attention from everyone. Northeast has been neglected for a very, very long time. It's a fact. And the similar thing, God forbid, would have happened in J&K, they would have been frontline headlines. But when I was serving there beneath, I had come after fighting insurgency in terrorism in Jammu Kashmir for 2 years. And after J&K, I came to the Northeast. And I found that the insurgency there and here were totally different, totally miles apart. And because the borders were different, the cultures were different.
Right. And Ali, what more needs to be discussed is that 9 people were also killed and 10 others were wounded. In fact, in a gunfight that erupted in the Agijang village in the border between Imphal East and Kang Kopki districts in the latest flare-up in violence in the state. This is something which is definitely, Ali, not going the way we have been anticipating things to go right in Manipur and of course the Northeast. Your thoughts?
You are bang on there, Vineet. You're absolutely right. Just 2 days back when the governor had visited, and just that time a 22-year-old boy who was part of the village defense committee, he was killed in fact. And now again, the fresh violence is being reported. There would be uneasy calm sometime, once again a fresh violence. So it is actually very disturbing and distressing because, you know, there are a lot of people who are not from Manipur, and in fact, if I may use the word, they call them Mayang. But a lot of Mayangs have, like I would be a Mayang for that, on the lighter side. But I have a lot of love for Manipur. I have a lot of love. We are outsiders who do not side with any tribe, any community, but we side with who? With Manipur, as Indians, who would take this case up as Indians, as a person who considers themselves by heart with a lot of love for the hill people. For hill people, I do not mean the tribes. I mean the Northeast. I mean the Maites as well. My best friends are Maites. My best friends are Kukis. My best friends are Nagas. That's how I learned that dialect as well, fluently, much better than I speak English or Hindi or Urdu for that matter. So the very fact is, somebody who's totally neutral needs to be there, and it needs urgent attention because these killings from both sides will keep happening. Both will keep accusing one another. Both will keep fighting, and they would be further. There would be a further trust deficit beneath. That needs to be. That I wish it was nipped in the bud when the 3rd May violence took place. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Now there's no point crying over what could have been done that time, because it was very, very sad. Killings from both ends did happen. Both the communities did suffer a lot. But now the way ahead, as you rightly brought out, it should be peace. And how do we maintain peace when there is no feeling of revenge, when one actually feels okay? Things will only get worse if we allow the things to get worse. Things should actually calm down. And I commend the Assam Rifles, my previous fighting force, for doing the commendable job. Lieutenant Pradeep Nair, the Director General Assam Rifles, has spent countless unsleepable nights in Manipur. And when it comes from the top, I mean, the soldiers are at it completely. And what surprises me the most is a very good fighting force like the Manipur Police Commandos. I have operated with them jointly. They are a very good fighting force. What surprises me no end is when thousands of weapons go missing from the coast. I mean, we do not even keep those kind of weapons in our coast normally. We in our training center for that matter. So that is, but irrespective of what has happened, now the way ahead should be only peace, and that peace will not come through bullets, it will come through talks, by winning hearts and minds of both the communities, and both the communities start trusting each other. In any relationship, trust cannot be like, oh, I'm your friend, you got to trust me. No, I have to win your trust through sacrifices, through love, through warmth. And it's always better to give a human touch. When someone tells me, hold me by my ear or scolds me, that is not the way to be done. I probably may not understand that way, but when someone puts a human touch on me and puts his hand over my shoulder and explains to me, this is not the way it should have been done, I would understand it better then.
All right, Ali, appreciate that.